All right. You're welcome. Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon to some of you according to your location on the face of this planet Earth. We welcome you all to our today's live broadcast right here from our homeland, Radio Biafra, here in Biafra land, where I am broadcasting from. Thank you for joining us. I remain the fearless IPOB evangelist Mazi Maduabuchi. I am from Ndiabo. Ndiabo is in Anenri. Anenri is a local government in Ojiriba province, Biafra land. I am a homeland broadcaster under IPOB. Nnamdi Kanu is our leader. And he is still incarcerated in DSS solitary confinement, illegally detained. And that is why we are here. We will continue to campaign for free Nnamdi Kanu because there is no other thing left for us. They took our oil, they took our coal, they took away international presence, they denied us embassies, they denied us seaports, though we have seas around us, but even in the midst of in the land of Biafra, not even at the boundaries, in the middle of the land of Biafra, we have seas. We have everything needed in life. But they stole it. Not even that they stole all these things. They finalized in desolating our land, killing us and taking over our land. They are not satisfied by seizing our resources, but they cherishes seeing us being killed, and that has been their option. But we have taken the best option because they cannot decide for us. We have decided to die on the process, or we restore Biafra, because we cannot continue to be slaves. Slaves outside the country, slaves in our home, slaves everywhere. We will not continue on that, and that is why IPOB take this very dangerous option of restoring our land, and we are almost at the last point. We have thanked our God, and on that very note, we are going to pray. Narekele narotuto narojijama narambulelu narichisi imelezudo ihe anyị na-ekwupụta wee dị mma gị. Ịdị mma gị ka anyị na-ekwu. Ọ dị ihe ọzọ anyị nwere na-abụghị Nnamdi Kanu. Ha naraga anyị ihe niile. Naanị Nnamdi Kanu na IPOB ka anyị nwere. Ọ bụ ya mere anyị jesi na anyị eforogo ntutu taa. Ihe ọbụla ga-eme IPOB anyị nyere anyị maọbụ Nnamdi Kanu nyere anyị ka ihe mee ya. N'ọka mma na ihe niile mebiri. Ma anyị makwa na ị gaghị ekwe ka ihe mee ya. Ọ ya mere anyị ji laghachikwute gị wute ekene na nke i mere eme, na-ayọkwa gị nwekwa olileanya na anyị na Nnamdi Kanu ga-eso mụrụ ya na outside ebe a, na-abụghị n'ime nga n'oge na-adịghị anya. Ịdị mma gị dị ukwuu, n'agbanyeghị elandasi blockade 7-70, n'agbanyeghị onye dị na ya na ọgwụ Biafran enye ya ọrụ, n'agbanyeghị ihe niile ha na-eme anyị eze udo, imego ya ụwa niile enweghị ike ikwu ihe ọbụla hapụ itinye aha anyị. Ma ikwu ya ọgụgodu na ilaiki ya anyị, ị nwere ike bugide anyị ihe kama ị ga-akpọrịrị aha anyị. Ihe a achọghị ka a na-akpọ ya taa, kama na ọ bụ ịdị mma gị mere i wee si na IPOB wee kpọlite wee wepụta flag anyị nke ha lere n'ime ala. Ha achọghị ka ofe ọzọ. Imeela eze udo, imeela eze amara, imeela eze ngọzi, imeela ka isi kpọlie anyị n'ụwa niile, imekwala ka isi kpọlie ndị iro anyị n'ụwa niile. Imeela eze udo na ndị iro nke anyị merigoro emeri, imeela na ndị ka anyị ka ga-emeri, imeela na ndị ka ị ka ga-akpọlitekwa, maka na anyị na-ayọ gị were IPOB kwara ngwa ọrụ ka anyị wee nwee ike kwatụcha mgbidi niile anyị kwesịrị ịkwatụ ka alaeze gị nwee ike bịa n'ụwa. Imeela eze amara, imeela eze mmeri, n'ihi na ebuchi n'aha gị chi ukwu okike abịa amara pụrụ ime ihe niile. We have prayed. He said, thank you. We move relentlessly. Mewe ni yan hasigi mewe. Campaign for freedom they can. You have been campaigning before. You need to double it now. At least complete 3 weeks campaign on freedom they can. We have defeated the criminals. What we did on the issue of these criminals is not that you will not hear their name. No. Let people call them by their name according to their crimes. Let people know that I am not a thief. Don't join me with the thieves because they are calling Biafra, because they are calling Nnamdi Kanu. The life IPOB prohibits. The pattern to fight for freedom IPOB prohibits. You cannot take the activities of those people and join it with IPOB. We are human beings, we can act anyhow. But we don't act anyhow because we have guidelines. We operate under chain of command, under code of conduct. We also, they lead us under command and control. We are not independent on ourselves in freedom fighting. And we love it so. That is what we did. Now, our people can now call them by their name, call them by their crimes, point them after their crimes. That's what we did. We didn't hate anybody. The only thing is that you are selling motor pass. You say you are selling motor pass, and I am selling. Now, I am selling new pass. I go and buy it. I can buy it 5,000 and sell it 5,001. You said you are selling old pass. Now, you don't have shop. Now, the pass you are selling, you don't go to wharf or warehouse and get it. You used to buy stolen one that they go to somebody's compound and they jump the fence in the hour and they do a robbery. We call it a robbery in Lagos. Lose the motor pass of somebody in his house, right? Or somebody go to wharf and steal those wharf rats. Then come and say to you. You said why you buy it is because it gives you gain. Not that it will give you good name. It gives you gain. You buy it 5,000, you sell it 55,000, isn't it? You said you come, that IPOB should allow you so that you will come to our counter. Our counter, you'll be placing this stolen goods with our genuine pass, which we are dealing on. We said no. Okay? Anaga akposo onions na counter onye chemist. Anaga akposo ose na counter onye chemist. Oh, here IPOB bragi. Freedom I na under self-determination. You don't attach your crimes to it. Don't bring it closer to us. Our leader that leads us does not engage in killing his people. So if you kill your own, don't attach it to Nnamdi Kanu because he is in problem. He is in detention, so everybody needs him out. Then you can go and kill people in Umuahia. You will tell them you kill people in Umuahia because of Nnamdi Kanu, their son. So if the people say, why are you killing? He said, why did he come out that you are enforcing it at home? That's what we said. Don't attach that to Nnamdi Kanu. If you want to commit crime, it is not must. You must mention Nnamdi Kanu. Go and commit your crime with your name. Because Nnamdi Kanu that leads us and the IPOB that he leads does not involve in crime. And we never live in our life. We are under control. That's what we said. You can call us any other name. And that very battle, we have defeated it. Though they will be inciting. But you can see it. Everybody is aware. Both lawmakers, both everybody knew that IPOB have been out of this for a long time. Look at the people doing it. So let us move. We are hitting it for people to know that we know what we did. We didn't hate anybody. We didn't jealous anybody. We said, this kind of life we are living in IPOB, Oga, it doesn't matter your emotion. Do not attach your criminal activities to what we have been enduring. There is nothing you can see now that IPOB have not endured. So if such things could not push us into criminality, is it now that we are in a better position? Is it now our war is in the open war? We defeated Nigeria in their court. It is an open war. It is not hiding. You can disobey the court order, but it is an open war. But you can kill us in National High School. You deny that you didn't kill. You can kill us in the Obibo. You deny that you didn't kill. You can kill us in Olo. You deny you didn't kill. You can even say it's IPOB that killed. But in your court, you cannot deny your court ruling. You can only say you disagree, but you cannot deny it. This is the battle Nnamdi Kanu presented. A battle that Nigeria cannot run away from it. A battle that Nigeria can never deny their actions. A battle that Nigeria will always be in shame. A battle that they have never confronted before. Some people wanted us to channel into a battle that Nigeria knows how to fight. A battle that the British know how to fight. A battle that you know that they believe in propaganda. A battle that you know that they believe in lies. A battle that you know that they will bribe the media. That is the kind of battle you want to draw us in. The same battle of bringing battle in our compound, where the enemy will come there and throw chemical weapon and give you allegation that you were manufacturing chemical weapon. And unfortunately, it exploded. That's the battle you want to draw to us. You never step an inch into the land of the north, not even part of any Nigerian, but always try to set our land ablaze. And when we say stop, you say we are sabo, and that is why we have called all evil by their names and the point at those that are doing it. Right? We move. Free Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu should be honored with his court victory. Supreme Court of Nigeria should honor Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with his legitimate court victory, appeal court victory, 13th of October, 2022. In their Supreme Court, and on the case of Nnamdi Kanu, they should not think or listen to anything like executive power. There is no executive on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. No executive. The Supreme Court should know about this. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not standing trial. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not convicted. Mazi Nnamdi of any kind, whether condemned criminal, whether terms of jail, whether lifer, he's not facing trial. He's not in awaiting trial. That is why the Supreme Court should know that there is no power of executive that should interfere in the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. How? Because had he been facing trial, that is when you can be listening to the executive, like the president and their staffs, or any other body on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. There is no time IPOB have begged anybody to pardon Nnamdi Kanu. We are not begging. We are only asking that Nigerian court order should be obeyed. As Nigeria promised the world that Nnamdi Kanu would defend himself in court, we went to court. We stood shoulder to shoulder with Nnamdi Kanu. They called us cowards for not destroying our place. They called us betrayers for not destroying our place and kill our people. We followed our leader as he never rejected going to court, as Nigeria presented court to the world. Had our leader rejected and said, I will not go to court, that is when you will say, okay, let us take another option. But they said he will defend himself because he said, okay, court is okay. And what did he need from us? He wants us to be in solidarity with him. And we never lack in the court. We have always been there. This very victory we are telling you, Supreme Court, did not come easy. You were all here when it happened. From disobedience to court orders on the violation of the fundamental human rights of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by the Nigerian DSS, which several rulings was given by Justice Binta Fatima Motala Nyako on the favor of Nnamdi Kanu, allow him to change his clothes, allow him access to his praying material, stop keeping him in solitary confinement. All these court orders was not obeyed by DSS. And we continued. We continued. In the same court, 7 amended count charges, Federal High Court of Abuja, was trashed in the same Nigerian court. We took 8 to appeal court. And the appeal court destroyed the remaining charges and discharged Nnamdi Kanu and acquitted him and prohibited him from standing any trial in any Nigerian court on this matter. And they blamed the Nigerian government on the manner they brought Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria. Now, on this very case, we have never expected and we have never sent anybody to go on behalf of IPOB and beg Nigerian government or the court. No. We insisted because every activities of IPOB is lawful. We are on legal activities. We agreed when they say he will defend himself in court because IPOB members have been in Nigerian courts. They have been taking us to court and the court have been freeing us. No IPOB family member have been jailed. We never change pattern of fighting for our detained members. It's only through court. And when Nigeria say court on our leader, we said okay. But what we need is justice. You can only ask for pardon on Nnamdi Kanu if he had been convicted. But as it stands now, Nnamdi Kanu should be honored with his court victory. Nobody should listen to president. The president of Nigeria, the only power he has is to order these judiciary, what is it called? The SSS, to obey court order. But to say that Nigerian president pardoned Nnamdi Kanu, gave him pardon, gave him amnesty, it doesn't happen in this matter. What we want from the Supreme Court is to honor Nnamdi Kanu with his court victory so that Nigeria image can be saved. It is in the hand of the Supreme Court to save the last image of Nigeria, not in the hand of IPOB. We have secured the image of IPOB and then Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafra. You cannot defeat us. Disobedience to court order is not the last bus stop. We ourselves, we have our own bus stop. We have set. And when we reach to that place, you decide you refuse us from crossing. That is when you get that thing you need. In the freedom fighting, we never remove something like war. But what we said is premature war, that we can never do it. And we can never allow it. But as for war, it is in our program, it is in what we are doing, but at the moment, we apply self-defense already. It is applicable in what we are doing. But if they say war, that time is coming. We put it in place. We know it is in the line. But premature war, when people that are supposed to be informed have not been informed, we can never fall into such rubbish. People must be informed of what we are doing. They cannot call our fathers rebels. And we also, we fall into the trap again of calling us rebels. That's why we didn't fall into their trap. They ended up tagging us terrorists, which it is a tag. Tag is like somebody putting on white. Like complete, my clothes now is white. Now, a small stain, a spot here, just like red or black on the white, just spot. It is tag. You know, let me just say a spot. Somebody that is at this side cannot see it, right? And that very tag is not all over my body. That is tagging terrorists. It is rubbish. It's only in Nigeria, this very part. You cross to Cameroon, I am not terrorist. You cross to Ghana, I am not terrorist. You cross to South Africa, I am not terrorist. You cross to Europe, I am not terrorist. Only in Nigeria. So only people in Nigeria can be seeing it. So it's not all over my body. I am not a dirty somebody because the stain is not all over my body. Maybe this one is by mistake. Now I got a stain. But they went to Global Terrorism Index to put, that is, to make sure that the stain is all over on our body. So that whether you are in Europe, you'll be seeing the stains. Whether you are in Africa, you'll be seeing the stains. But we said no. And that has been where we are. So we have vindicated our fathers that they are not rebels. But to defend this land, if they say gun is the best, but what we demand is for Biafra referendum. But if they said no, that they have gun, no problem, we don't have gun. But we will cross that place that they are facing their gun. Then we will expect them to kill us all because we know they will set up their gun. They will also facing where we'll cross from, right? Then we will meet them there. But as for now, we are clearing road to that place. If you cannot endure to clear this road with us to that place, then you can still wait. It is no must that you force yourself. Then we move. We continue. The Supreme Court of Nigeria should know that when they would have listened to the federal government was when judgment of the appeal court have not been given. Tinubu have nothing to say on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu than to secure the image of their country and the constitution of their country by obeying court order. Court order cannot be obeyed by an individual because the court was not owned by owned by an individual. That is to say, whether another government was the one that disobeyed court order, it is still Nigeria. Somebody have become a president in the same country. So with this under the same constitution, was elected under the same constitution that instituted appeal court. So that is what we say, that whoever that is in the position as Nigerian president must give instruction that court order should be obeyed. He inherited disobedience to court order, and it is there. He cannot abolish Ministry of Justice, whereby the president met the Ministry of Justice and allow it to continue. Means that every case, whether they did it right or they did it wrong, the duty of the president is to give them order to do the right thing, because he is not there without constitution, and the court was not established outside constitution, and the judges was not appointed outside the constitution. So everything going on is that if the president believes he's a president under constitution, he should also give instruction that constitution should be also be respected. Court orders that have been there before you come in, when you were campaigning, you say you want to correct things. So how can you correct things without obeying court order? So Tinubu have no executive power on freeing Nnamdi Kanu, but he have executive power to maintain to respect their country in obeying the order of the court. He can obey the order of the court, but he don't have to instruct the Supreme Court on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, than allow Supreme Court to honor Nnamdi Kanu with his court victory already. He's already secured for court victory. Nnamdi Kanu is not a thief. He's not a criminal like Dokubo. He's not a killer. He's not a kidnapper of white men like Dokubo. He's not a betrayer like Dokubo. He's not a terrorist like Dokubo. He's not a thief. Dokubo have never won any case in Nigerian court. He's always securing pardon, amnesty, amnesty, pardon. And before they give him amnesty, he must sign a document to continue to be a criminal. You must be a criminal. He will say, yes, okay, come out. We will use you to be criminalizing your people. Nnamdi Kanu. That's why I was angry when Tinubu called Dokubo and asked him about Nnamdi Kanu. Dokubo is not qualified to discuss Nnamdi Kanu. Dokubo is not qualified to talk about if Nnamdi Kanu will be freed. Dokubo have never been freed by any court. Dokubo is living under amnesty. He cannot throw a word on somebody that has secured court victory in the court of Justice Ademola in December 2015. Justice Ademola of the Federal High Court Abuja discharged Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally on treason charges. That DSS refused to obey court order. They took the case of Nnamdi Kanu again to the court of Justice John Soho. At the end of the day, John Soho discharged Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally, unlike Dokubo that lives under amnesty. From amnesty to amnesty, from government to government, amnesty to amnesty. That's why he's under chain to kill his people. He have never secured victory in court and become a freed man and decide on his own. Dokubo is always in cage because he's living under amnesty. He's living under mercy. He's living under pardon. He cannot speak about a man who secured victory. The case of Nnamdi Kanu was transferred again from the court of John Soho to the court of Justice Ahmed Mohammed. Ahmed Mohammed ended up in telling DSS to move away from his court and go and obey the previous court ruling. The same Nnamdi Kanu case was moved to the court of Justice Binta Matalanyaku. At the end of the matter, Binta Matalanyaku, when the secret trial failed, Binta Matalanyaku granted Nnamdi Kanu high conditional bail. But at the end of the day, Nigeria refused to allow him to enjoy his bail. That's why, when you come into the current days of the case of Nnamdi Kanu, what federal government was coming with, because there is no more trial, what federal government was coming with was amended count charges, amended count charges, amended count charges. And all their amended count charges started, the date of the charges are all from 2018 to 2021. From 2018 to 2021. You may say Nnamdi Kanu, this also thing, 2018 to 2021. You can never hear about 2017. Did you understand? That's when they shot themselves on the leg. The only 2015 you will hear in the 15 amended count charges against Nnamdi Kanu is the transmitter issue of 2015. That's the only thing they brought in there. Because they must pay us now. They will give us all our materials. That's why they always throw it. Anything they seize in that container, they will give it to us. It is lawful. It is not unlawful to bring in transmitter, into Nigeria. It is not legal. All these radio stations, they have transmitter. It is not legal. That's why they always bring it in. They will give us everything after this matter. DSS is holding our transmitters. Do you understand? That's the only thing that come in there. Thank you. We move. Right now, let me tell you what they were dodging that warranted them to forget that they called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu IPOB leader 2015. They called him IPOB leader 2016. They called him IPOB leader 2017. They called him IPOB leader 2018. Now, when they started in this 2021 in the charges, they said from 2018 to 2021, from 2018 to 2021, from 2018 to charges against Nnamdi Kanu, they were dodging 2017 because the particular warrant that these courts I have mentioned freed Nnamdi Kanu on, discharged Nnamdi Kanu on, that particular warrant, the bail they granted Nnamdi Kanu, Nigeria is holding Nigeria on their neck. They granted him high conditional bail, but there is a particular portion holding Nigeria down. Now, plus the invasion of his house, 14th of September 2017. Now, as they were telling the world that he jumped bail, Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail, Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail, ask yourself, why was it that when they brought him back from Kenya, extraordinarily renditioned into Kenya, from Kenya into Nigeria, that as they took him to court, that they did not bring that very warrant that he was granted bail on in 2017? Why was it that they came up with new amended count charges? What are they dodging? Ask Nigerian government, what are they dodging? You are dodging the invasion of Nnamdi Kanu's house. Because if you bring that very warrant he was granted bail on, then the issue of the invasion of his house will come up in court. Because jumping bail must be treated. And they dodged it. Because they failed that one. When they wanted to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu, they knew that that particular warrant is dead. That's why they went to kill Barrister Ejiofor, which they killed his PA. They want to kill Ejiofor before they bring in Nnamdi Kanu. They want to kill him first before they will kidnap Nnamdi Kanu, because they don't want to hear anything about that case again. Do you understand? Because immediately you bring that case, that very warrant, the issue of invasion of his house, the issue of Python dance will come up. The issue of he will not be in the midst of more than 10 people will come up. Which you know that if you bring him inside the court, the people that will be in the court room will be more than 10 people. So Nigeria has been running away from this. It is in the bail. It is part of the condition they gave him. And you know in the court, you will see judge. You will see the court clerks. You will see the personal judge security inside the court. How many now? Now you will get DSS that will bring Nnamdi Kanu inside the court. Right? You will get Nnamdi Kanu's family members inside the court. You will get Nnamdi Kanu's defense team inside the court. You will get journalists inside the court. And if you count them, they are more than 10. And in that place, you bring in Nnamdi Kanu, and the people that will bring in Nnamdi Kanu are like 2 or 3 people. You add it to more than 10 people there. They are guilty of contempt of court. So they are running away from that very one. Because Nnamdi Kanu will not allow it. If they come up with that warrant, they cannot bring him inside the court where there is more than 10 people. Because in that bill, they say he will not be in the midst of more than 10 people. So, because of the invasion of his house, they refused to bring that very warrant. They now ended up with amended can charges. Amended can charges 2018 to 2021. They don't want to mention 2017. They invaded his house. That's where they fell. I was shouting. I said, Bintanyako, what are you running for? What did you plan with federal government? Why can't you bring that warrant? That you have, all of you have tried to use and damage the image of Nnamdi Kanu. He jumped bail. Where is that warrant? He jumped bail. Bring that warrant. All of you run away. Hey, he jumped bail. Let him come and face his trial. But when you brought him back, what we saw was amended can charges. Amended can charges. Amended can charges. What are the charges? NSAS. Unknown gunmen. Invasion of attack on INEC office. Issue of 2018, 2019, 2020. But I ask you, was this the trial you told the world he jumped bail on? Because you attacked his house September 14. But all the charges you brought against Nnamdi Kanu was 2018. That you, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, from 2018, you professed to be a member, stroke leader of a proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, mad people. But he wasn't leader of IPOB in 2017. It's only in 2018 to 2021. This is the count 3 of the 15 amended can charges. This is the charge they gave Nnamdi Kanu. Count 3, rubbish charge. That you, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, from Isama Faruku Mahia, from 2018 to 2021, professed to be a leader. That is claimed. Profess, in other words, means claimed. To be a leader, member of a proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. And Nnamdi Kanu pleaded no guilty. And the idiot, Labran, the foolish idiot, Uyirewu, started shouting, hey, he denied to be a leader of IPOB. Hey, Nnamdi Kanu denied to be a leader. Aaron Abagi, does he lead proscribed people? Did he become a member? Did he claim to be member? Have he ever claimed to be leader? Why did you remove 2015? That he had been leader. Why did you remove 2014? That he had been leader. Why did you remove 2015, 2016, 2012, 2013? You now say that he claimed to be leader of IPOB and the member from 2018, from 2021. But you attack his house 2017. So he was not claiming to be IPOB then. He started claiming to be IPOB from 2018 to 2021. These are the charges they brought against Nnamdi Kanu. NSAS that started in Ughelli and started in Ughelli, NSAS, and ended up in Lagos. That's the charges. Then we asked them, all these charges, was it the charges you were telling Nigeria, the world, that he jumped bail from? Because the charges you levied against him, though we have destroyed all, was all new. to compare to when he was claiming he jumped bail, 2017. But all the charges was from 2018. So when did he jump this bail? Now, our people can now get the point that that's why they refused to bring that warrant. They started coming up with amended charges. And mind you, that very warrant is dead. The warrant that they granted Mazi bail on is an invalid warrant, an illegal warrant. One is that immediately Justice Ademola of the Federal High Court, discharged Mazi unconditionally on the 20th of December 2015. Automatically, that very detention warrant that Nnamdi Kanu was brought to court with, that very warrant he was detained with, immediately the judge pronounced discharge and acquitted. Discharge unconditionally, yes, that is discharge unconditionally. The court clerk will write discharge, right, unconditionally, and take it to the judge. The judge will stamp it and sign the warrant. And the stamp will be stamp of that day. So automatically, immediately that warrant has been stamped, signed by the judge that gave the ruling, that warrant becomes invalid to detain somebody. Now you ask Nigerian government, I know why I'm bringing this thing to Supreme Court. Now you ask Nigerian government, after Nnamdi Kanu was discharged, based, okay, from the warrant, because what is keeping somebody in detention is the warrant. After he was discharged from that very warrant, he was detained with by Justice Ademola. Which warrant did you transfer to the court of John Soro? Was it the same warrant that had been signed by Justice Ademola that you took to the court of John Soro? And John Soro started trying the same warrant, because what they are trying in court is the warrant. Is the warrant. Are they telling us that the warrant that they transferred to the court of Justice John Soro in 2016 was the warrant that Justice Ademola discharged in his own court? I want to know, because immediately Nnamdi Kanu was discharged, that warrant was discharged also, and the judge signed the warrant. And that warrant becomes invalid and can never detain somebody in detention. These are injustices against Nnamdi Kanu. I am bringing it to the Supreme Court. Nobody should say we don't know anything. We know what we are doing. For us to be reminding you things like this and analyzing it, for you to know that we know what we are doing. We are not fools. We are not fools. We know what we are doing. Now I come back to them. Supreme Court, I think you are listening. We know now, they will take it to you. Let me come back. These are injustices so we are facing. We never retaliated. We never go into violence. So don't allow any executive order to come into this matter. Honor Nnamdi Kanu with his court victory. Honor Nnamdi Kanu with his court victory. Look at the victories I am counting. And look at the injustice we are getting. That somebody was discharged on a warrant. And the same warrant that was discharged and signed by the Justice Ademola was also transferred to the court of Justice John Soro. And John Soro started trying the same warrant in his court and ended up discharging the same warrant in his court. And the same warrant, where did John Soro sign? If you want to tell me that it was not the same warrant that was taken to the court of John Soro, now, when was the new arrest warrant brought against Nnamdi Kanu? When he was rearrested by DSS? Which court gave a rearrest warrant? Which court? Where is it? There was no rearrest warrant. No court gave rearrest warrant. Immediately we were rejoicing that Nnamdi Kanu was released. We heard that DSS have refused him from going. So, what was the warrant they were keeping him then with? Was it the same warrant that had been signed by the judge? Now, if they said no, which court granted you detention warrant again to keep Nnamdi Kanu after his previous warrant, his former warrant, was discharged by Justice Ademola? And this warrant was transferred to the court of John Soro. And John Soro tried to go on secret trial. We said no. Now, John Soro ended up discharging Nnamdi Kanu on the same warrant. Now I asked John Soro, where did you sign? Was there another space for you to sign after Ademola has signed on the same warrant? No, now I come back to DSS. DSS. So, was it the same warrant that Johnson signed? Ademola signed, discharging Nnamdi Kanu. The same warrant was taken to Johnson. Johnson signed it when he discharged Nnamdi Kanu. And the same warrant was also taken to the court of Justice Ahmed Mohammed. And Ahmed Mohammed did not try that very warrant. Because what Ahmed Mohammed said was, he told DSS to go and obey the previous court rulings. He harassed them and said, I have warned you to stop bringing this kind of case into this honorable court. Go and obey the previous court rulings. And Ademola rejected that very case because the very warrant had become useless on the December 20th, 2015 that Ademola discharged him. So, what warrant are you using? Now I come back to Bintanyako. Which warrant did you grant the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu bail on? Is it the same warrant that Ademola has signed discharge? Johnson signed discharge? Is it the same warrant that you ended up granting high conditional bail? I think in the Supreme Court you are listening. Judges. Supreme Court judges. I am with Ezioku. We are here now. This is the battle we are into. And I give you now. Should I go and read book to see? And I want to talk about this is a battle we are in. Nigerians can forget their Nigeria. We don't have anything. They took our oil. They took everything. The only thing, 9 minutes, our God gave us Nnamdi Kanu, and they came and took Nnamdi Kanu from us. And somebody think we have another option to choose. No, there's no option. We don't have any other thing left. And somebody is keeping Nnamdi Kanu thinking that someday IPOB will say no. You are dreaming. Nothing left for us. Nothing. Surprisingly, God gave us Nnamdi Kanu. They think we have another option. There is something you can entice us with. Or there is a replacement. For you must be mad. You must be a fool. Anyoji oil, anyoji coal, anyoji airport, anyoji seaport, or chichi kaichi, elemi haiji na Nnamdi Kanu. Somebody knock at your say, one day they can stop. Let us lie against ESN. Let us see if we can stop IPOB. Okay, let us lie against IPOB. Let us say we catch IPOB with 35 IPOB with the gun. Okay, let us lie now. We are Nigerian army now. We can tell Vanguard to lie. We can tell Punch to lie. Let us lie now and say, we invaded ESN camp. So all this thing you are doing now is to say, okay, IPOB will stop. You are dreaming. Our people in abroad are not free. You are writing against them. Do they go to robbery? Do they have camp? Biafrans in abroad, do they have ESN camp? Excuse me. Oh, sorry, okay. ESN, Biafrans in abroad, that you are writing petition through your foreign minister against our people. You give it through your embassies in abroad. Those Biafrans there that run away for their life, are they ESN? Then why are you tackling? Okay, why is it that if they bring complaint to you, you claim they are Nigerians, they complain to you what they are seeing, they come to your embassy, you will now tell the country to catch them, that they are thieves. Are they ESN? So you want to tell us that there is a problem here, there is ESN, there is IPOB. So was there ESN or IPOB before you put checking point in our houses, in our places? Was there? Was there ESN? So it's ESN and IPOB is the problem. You are dreaming. You can't stop us. And the one thing, two things now is that you wanted to achieve by keeping Nnamdi Kanu, have you achieved it? Somebody you attack his house to kill him, you kill people, he refused to surrender. Now, you have been how many years now you are illegal detention? Have you changed mind? Then what is your need? What is why are you still keeping him? You are keeping him to surrender. But he cannot surrender now. It is tested and trusted. You are aware he cannot surrender. Then what are you keeping him for? Excuse me. Are you keeping him that we will get tired? Don't you see that two things you are supposed to achieve, you cannot achieve it? One, bringing Nnamdi Kanu down with the torture and illegal detention. Two, scatter IPOB. That's two agendas. Can you get it? No. Allow him to go now, because we are not ready. Excuse me, let me close the gate, please. I'm back. Do you understand? So we move. Thank you. No other option. No. If you want to kill us all, you kill us. If you think we are going back, nowhere. You think you intimidate us. You think you will lie. That's your business. You say you will kidnap, you will deport those in abroad. That's your business. There's nothing you can do to stop us. You say you will start shooting aside. We have seen shooting aside. IPOB in solidarity with Donald Trump in Iguacha, 2017, 28th of January. You shot us aside. We saw you shooting us aside when we were praying in National High School about 9th of February. Extrajudicial killings of IPOB family members. And we were praying on the illegal detention of Nnamdi Kanu. That is where it pains us. Because had it been he have not been discharged by Justice Ademola, and we were there gathering praying, you say, hey, he's facing court, he's facing court. But we were praying against illegal detention. Because he had been freed on December 20th, 2015, and we were praying in February 9, 2016. Did we go to war? Praying. You came there and kill us. You don't want us to protest. You don't want us to pray. Then you don't want to free him. Let me move again. Then I asked John Bintanyako, this time, this thing, all of you are doing now, how did you see it? Now it's now that Bintanyako is now seeing that, and she herself said that Nnamdi Kanu is too brilliant and intelligent, that he cannot be jailed. Then why is he still handling that matter? Then why was she still handling that matter then? She thought that she can jail Nnamdi Kanu this second term, right? But it failed. Today she's giving her good judgment on his fundamental human rights. Yes. But had we not destroyed that case in appeal court, Bintanyako would have been trying that case till now. If not for appeal court. Because she would be there. DSS would bring in amendment can charges. 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 From 15, they brought 5 first. The second one, 7. The third one, 15. And immediately you are bringing amended can charges like this, the judge is supposed to discharge the case, knowing that you have no case against that person. Because when Nnamdi Kanu was brought back from Kenya, what they are supposed to bring to the court was the warrant he was facing. Had they have anything in that warrant to jail Nnamdi Kanu, they would have bring it to the court. But they don't cheat because they had a meeting with Bintanyako before they brought Nnamdi Kanu. Maybe she told them not to bring that warrant, that they should stop, they will start coming with amended can charges. Amended can charges. Because that warrant, automatically, Nigeria is guilty of contempt of court in that warrant. Upon the high conditional bail. Upon the high conditional bail. Now I still go back to them. What particular warrant were you taking Nnamdi Kanu from this court to court, from court to court? Which warrant did you take Nnamdi Kanu from the court of Justice Ademola to the court of John Soho? Which warrant? Okay, you think I have run away from there? It's a lie. I can't leave that place like that. Because these are things we are reminding those foolish people. If they go to Vanguard to comment, they don't even know that nobody can endure what IPOB have endured. Our leader was discharged by Nigerian Federal High Court judge in a high court 20th of December 2015. On terrorism, that is treason charges. John Soho, what is it called? Labrang DSS process, Federal Council was there. Ademola asked him, as he was jumping up with his stupid Fulani mouth, and they got. Ademola asked him, when he said that he's committing terrorism, terrorism using his piracy radio, but they never mention London. You can never go to the warrant of Nnamdi Kanu, you hear London. If any day they mention London, although they didn't mention it until we destroyed the case, they never mention London. They never mention where the radio station is. Because automatically they have no jurisdiction to try such radio. They have to apply to UK Secretary on States and report her citizen. And because that radio is legal in the UK, they refuse to mention it. They never mention it. What they say, he's broadcasting through his piracy radio, heard and received in the jurisdiction of this very court in Abuja. How can radio speak in London? You heard it in the jurisdiction of Abuja. So it is not heard in the jurisdiction of Lagos. No jurisdiction in Omar. No jurisdiction of you are mad. It is your choice to choose to tune to a radio station licensed by the UK. Do you understand? Now, Labaran replied, he said he is committing terrorism and posing a national threat through his piracy radio. And Ademola asked him, how many people have died under his terror? They thought we would go and open book to remember what happened. This is battle line on email. That's what they asked Labaran. And he started dancing Fulani dance in the court. And to me, I understood that Ademola now noticed that Labaran didn't understand, or Ademola wanted to bring the English down. Because the first one was, how many people have died under his terror? He didn't answer. He came up with another English. How many people are the victims of his terrorism? That's the second question. Still pointing at the same question. Labaran could not answer it. And they are Justice Ademola based on this. Because terrorism cannot be just say on radio. You act it. He never threatened anybody. Right? He was saying the truth. Ademola discharged Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. They arrested him. Now I ask you, which warrant did you took him to the court of Johnson with? Because hence he was discharged by Ademola. Ademola have signed the warrant and stamped it. Automatically that warrant becomes invalid and cannot be shifted to any other court and cannot be used to detain somebody. So the warrant you transferred to the court of Johnson, was it the same warrant from Ademola that had been signed and stamped with the date? Or was it a new warrant? If it was a new warrant, which court granted a rearresting warrant immediately Nnamdi Kanu was discharged? Did you keep the rearresting warrant already before discharge? Because you will allow him to go first before you have time to go and file counter, right? Which the arrest may be granted to you. So when did you have chance to bring rearrest? Because we were celebrating, the next one was they refused him from going. Now I continue. We have marked it that they transferred Nnamdi Kanu's case file, the warrant, because it's a warrant. The case file is different from that warrant. Warrant is the key to your detention. Warrant is what they are detaining. If they come, if they need that person to provide that person and go to detention facility, they will call that name. And that warrant will be in the record. Right? If that person run away and go on involved in jailbreak and the warrant is there, the warrant is showing that that person is in the prison. So what they are trying is the warrant. Do you understand? Warrant is what they are trying. Hence, the warrant is discharged. The case file becomes useless. The case file becomes useless. Now I ask them, which warrant did Ademola discharge? did John Soho discharge? Was it the warrant that Ademola discharged? Yes, it was. Now, why did Ademola accept an already discharged warrant to move with secret trial? And we said no to secret trial. He ended up discharging the same warrant. Now I asked Justice Ademola, where did you sign it? Where did you stamp it? Did you sign on top of the signature of Ademola on that particular warrant? Did you stamp on top of the stamp of Justice Ademola? That's what I'm asking. Bintanyako, which warrant did you granted bail? Because I will not hit Justice Ahmed Mohamed. Ahmed Mohamed rejected the warrant. He told DSS to go and obey the previous court ruling. Ahmed Mohamed, the Yoruba man, Fulani man, Justice Ahmed, he harassed DSS in the court. Go and obey the previous court ruling. Don't bring this kind of case warrant to this court. I have warned you. I think Supreme Court, I want to just, this program is to bring our people closer to know that this battle, that's why if we tell you, Oga, cool down with your violence. He said, hey, you are sabo. Cool down, no more, you cannot endure what IPOB have endured. We can endure and we can destroy. When we tell you to stop, you stop. Look, see what we are counting. Something that's supposed to provoke us to destroy Nigeria. Okay, what about attack of Nnamdi Kanu's house? Are we supposed to be saying it from we are supposed to destroy Nigeria? Do you know how many people that left IPOB then? Do you know the insult people gave to us? That our leader is missing, nobody is doing anything. You don't know you have killed him. You don't know he is alive. We have seen things. Complete 1 year, we didn't hear from Nnamdi Kanu. 1 year. We did not hear from Odogu. We remained there. We never shifted. Because the option we choose needs perseverance, endurance, patience. And the powerful thing there is diligence, carefulness. Ime hala mistake nke lụrụ aga ụmụ idiot anọ na-azụ tiwe. Nke lụrụ aga. That's why today some foolish idiots that have been misled are following somebody that declared armed struggle. And he told them that they will be having the first referendum convention in Finland. Why can't you go to your big headquarters in USA and do it? You are in Finland, your headquarters is in in USA. And you want to do convention in Finland. Somebody that declare armed struggle have nothing to do with the referendum. Somebody that is killing his people have nothing to do with the referendum. Somebody that say no election have nothing to do with the referendum. Somebody that is against political solution have nothing to do with the referendum. Me make sense. Agama, it make sense in issue. So you think IPOB is foolish? We need the referendum. So you think we cannot shoot a gun? So we are cowards. If you need the referendum, you can never say no election. But you can call for election boycott. Are you getting sense? These are people that was dancing. They don't know the dance. The dance they are dancing. Even the sound of the music, they don't understand it. They kept saying. So you think you can kill people, you can declare armed struggle, you can declare government in exile. At the end of the matter, you start calling for a referendum. You must be a foolish idiot. You must be a confused person. Is it the pregnant woman that will come and vote for you in referendum? Is it the people you kidnapped that will come and vote for you? Is it the people you collected money from before they do the burial ceremony of their father and their late mother will come and vote for you? All of you are idiots who don't know anything. You are idiots. So you need referendum. You are telling people that criminals are ESN. You need referendum. You told people that they should not go and vote. Not under decision, because election boycott is under decision. People have their voters card, but they didn't vote. It is election boycott. Individually, they boycotted the election. But when you say no election, it is against democratic process. When you enforce it at home, it is against democratic process. Therefore, you are not in line with the referendum. Now we are calling for first ever convention for Biafra referendum and in the world. You are a fool. You are unqualified to call for referendum. I have told these people before. I said the day you declare armed struggle, stop putting referendum in your tweet. I'm going to follow you up. Don't put, you want to ridicule the referendum Nnamdi Kanu is demanding for. How do you print the poster? No election in Biafra land. You add the picture of Nnamdi Kanu that is alive without consulting him. You added FM and the Ojukwu that are late. Nnamdi Kanu is alive. You didn't consult him and say, I am calling for no election. What you wrote there is, free Nnamdi Kanu, Biafra referendum. And automatically, when you say no election, you have no right to demand for free Nnamdi Kanu. Already, you have gone. Somebody that have gone should not demand for free Nnamdi Kanu. Rather, you go and fight for free Nnamdi Kanu there in detention facility. If you are demanding for free Nnamdi Kanu, that is to say, you want a government to respond, isn't it? Then you don't need to raise gun. If you raise gun, means that you can do it by yourself. So how can somebody that declare armed struggle end up say, we are calling for sit at home? Are you foolish? Sit at home, you want the government to hear you. But you have rejected political solution. Political solution is when you cry out, when you protest, when you make a move, when you make campaign, then government will hear you and call you. So whether you are shooting gun, whether you are armless, you need political solution. But you said no because IPOB is in line. You said the evil. Political solution, the political solution. And the political solution today, I saw them posting referendum. Referendum is political solution. And when you say no election, you cannot be granted referendum. Anybody that said no election and he is calling referendum, he wants to ridicule referendum. Do you know why? He is not qualified to call for referendum. Do you understand? Only IPOB that have never declared armed struggle can call for referendum. Only IPOB that always based in civility. We order for sit at home. We don't enforce it at home. Yes, we can call for civility. We can call for referendum because we practice civility. We call sit at home based on civility. If you enforce it, it is no longer civil. And if you are enforcing sit at home, you cannot call for referendum. If you say no election, you can never call for referendum. But if you say election boycott, you can call for referendum. If you enforce sit at home, you can never call for referendum. Because where the world will base is that if they give you referendum, the same way you enforce people not to go out is the same way you will enforce people against their will. People that are supposed to vote for Nigeria, you will force them to vote for Biafra. And in referendum, they don't need such thing. So immediately you call for no election, you did not call for election boycott. Automatically you are out of referendum track. If you follow me, I'm going to follow you. I know what I'm a winner guide the option. Self-determination, I'm a winner guide there. If you say I'm be guiding the chain, I'm the foolish. Immediately we say allow them to go and vote because we need the referendum. If you say no election, you don't need referendum. If you see a Berima calling for referendum, no autopilot deserve to call for referendum. They are out of the track. You know, they are doing what they don't know. They are automatically out of the track. Hence, you declare armed struggle. Hence, you are involved in enforcement. Hence, you are involved in killing your people. Nobody will grant you referendum. You see why IPOB refused to click. You declare government in exile, you will continue to do government in exile if you like, you do it 50 years. Nobody will listen to you. Now, you said against us for political solution. Referendum is political solution. Referendum is democratic process. Freedom is democratic process. But you are holding gun. You don't need to call for it. If you hold gun, you don't need to shout. Your gun is supposed to be your voice. Sound of your gun should be your voice. People that are campaigning, calling for freedom, they can tweeting it, writing it hashtag, are people without gun. Broadcasting it are people without gun. But those that declare armed struggle supposed to go to DSS. But they are the people we are dragging media with because they don't know their wing. You know, pronouncement is easy. You cannot guide it. Hey, we declare armed struggle. Imagine we go bandre. Imagine we go bandre of operation. You don't know that we go DND game. So IPOB and one you can radio Biafra will declare armed struggle. You declare armed struggle, automatically you cannot tweet referendum again. Can you not tweet Riafu? I don't know what. You have chosen option to do it by yourself. It is when referendum fail. If they refuse us from doing it the way we are supposed to do it, then that is their option. Then we demand for referendum will be expiring time. There are bridges you cross. When I got Supreme, apply it from low court, Gawa. After Supreme, where heaven, Ota Kesha law, or self-determination. Me mangani no nako. Ihe director may agree in the presence of the word. You must guide it. He said self-determination. I'll get Biafra without a gunshot. ESN is not Biafra army. ESN is not IPOB arm wing. ESN was a charge of necessity out of the negligence and inefficiency of duty of the politician from our side. They were given an direction and encouragement based on their constitutional right to provide security for our people against Fulani herdsmen terrorists. We told them. So when we discover that they are working with the enemy, we have no option than to save our people. The people we are saving is not that everybody that anywhere, the whole state that ESN is that all of them, every individually want to Biafra. No. But Biafrans are our people. We have to save them. If the political party leaders refuse to save them, we save them. Though we are agitating for Biafra. Right? So we provide them to save them. And now, in the issue of ESN, we told you every Biafran to support ESN financially. But in IPOB members contribute in IPOB. We don't go to Biafrans and demand that they should sponsor IPOB. Have you ever had such? These are things you must look into. Let me separate it for you. Biafrans should support ESN. I think you need to hear it. You used to hear it. Have you ever heard finance IPOB? Nobody finances IPOB from outside. IPOB finances IPOB. But ESN that IPOB launched is for the whole Biafrans, but IPOB will control them. Now, Biafrans are free to support them, whether you are IPOB or not. But in IPOB, IPOB. You see the difference. We launch ESN for our people. They are not Biafra army. They are not IPOB media army wing or military wing. ESN does not attend IPOB meeting. Nigerian security have never got any challenge when they come to IPOB family meeting to kidnap IPOB. So, if they have been coming to our meeting ground to kidnap us, take us in numbers to their station, and they have never seen ESN confronting them around our meeting premises, that is to say, ESN does not come to our meeting. ESN was launched by IPOB to secure our land. We cannot face only looking for Biafra, and the Biafra we want to restore. We saw terrorists killing our people and taking our land by force. No, if the governors feel adamant, we need to save our people, and that's what we did. And that have never shifted IPOB into armed struggle. You know, the enemy misinterpreted it to people. Now they cannot launch ESN. He do this, he do that. Launch for Fulani herdsmen. That's why if you go to those criminals, they can never give you video where their fake ESN is fighting Fulani. They will give you video from Niger Republic, video from Chad, where terrorists kill army, video from Katsina, where bandits kill army. They will come and post it. They say, oh yes, no name, wait. Or you see some idiots go at their backyard and start shooting. But that thing they are doing is not why ESN was launched. That's to tell you they are criminals. The video you used to hear about, you get from ESN commander, IPOB ESN commander, that we circulate at times, is the pictures and video of ESN in action fighting Fulani herdsmen with their cows. But these very criminals that federal government recruited, led by Simon Eberima, they can never publish a video or picture of ESN, their ESN. You know, they claim ESN. Fighting Fulani. No. It's only when we are fighting the army. ESN was not launched to fight army. They are not Biafra army. Unless the army turned to terrorists inside the bush. The army turned to cattle yard inside the bush. Our leader said, if you leave your duty post as an army or police, you turn around saying that your duty now is to come and defend the terrorists in the bushes, then we take everything in the bushes as bushmeat. You see how our leader fixed it. He never said, if we see you in your barrack, if we see you in your army barrack, you know that ESN will come. He said, if the army turn around and start going to defend Fulani herdsmen that are raping our mothers in the bushes, then we see all of them as bushmeat, not township meat. ESN does not operate in township, not township meat, bush meat. But Simon Eberima criminal gang, they operate in communities. Thank you. Do you understand? So when you see Eberima, anything actually not the out of line. Each actually had TMB teacher na ya de careful lele. Each na ya de careful. In couple epo ha na track agba na epo ago. Oh ya mara engine on IPOB. I say go ga chere ị na-apụkwa. Mgbe agbara uche mefo. Nna ya ekwu epo agokwa. Oh ya na answer na ọ ga epo agokwa. Ya che na egwuregwu, che na ihe deputy. Anya gwa nna ya ekwu ị na-apụzikwa. Ya na-ekele m deputy. Otu aka ọ pụgide nweta onwe ya outside. Director sị na ị ga na-eme ya na ị ga-eche na ị na-emete. The next one ị ga-eme otu aka ị ga-agagide ga-enweta onwe gị outside IPOB. Na mgbe ahụ anya efozie gị. Do you understand? We didn't hate anybody. What we are telling you is that anybody talking now, because I have messaged Supreme Court in the broadcast, I just want to give message to our people. These auto criminals, they declare no flight zone. They declare no siren. They declare no election campaign. They declare no election. They declare we should not go to court. They say we should not go to court. They laugh us for going to court. They say we should not allow any elder to go for free land can. That is a political solution. They say we should forget court. We should forget lawyer. They said we should leave EDOS and use ESN and fight for free land can. They enforce it at home. They declare armed struggle. They declare government in exile. They enforce civility. All their actions automatically is against referendum. All their actions is against referendum. If you see them writing referendum, they are foolish people. If you see them telling you, there will be a convention referendum. A convention referendum in Finland. A man or a madman. You declare armed struggle. You say you bought fighter jet. It's as we cannot announce we bought to buy fighter jet. No, okay. All you go here, Madam Moran, here director Guarani, na even na radio, Guania na secret. Say I am people na you when I name with it. Imambo Guarani, far back. Na ya no katakwala, kuo, na you when he under Kiye Madegu. Ni when every name with it. I say you go there. So that to Bocha in with you. Can never the man or that day can wear. Come happy we go, I saw passing with Buria before. But do to they had make a maybe IPOB, they were vomiting. They were vomiting. Without knowing that if you say no election, automatically you are against democratic process. And automatically you can never be granted the referendum. But if you say election boycott, you are practicing democracy. Our leader said it is part of democracy. It is a decision. It is not force. No election is force. You don't want people to participate. But election boycott is legal. It is democratic process. It is in line with self-determination. No election campaign, it is wrong. But you can go there during their campaign and say, no election with the microphone, or you show your flag. But if you say, if I see you, I kill you, it's a lie. You can only interrupt election campaign gathering with your challenge when they come there, not with the gun. But you see, Berima, they will go with the Biafra flag, then they will scatter the canopy. How can you go with the Biafra flag? You go where people gather for election campaign, you scatter it, shoot people gun, push down the canopy. That is terrorism. Election campaign. No election campaign. You will go in your mass. You will go and sit with the election, the party members. You will sit with them. You will be a good one, a good citizen. When they say stand up, they stand up. When they say clap, you clap. That's how IPOB did. 2019. We will sit with you. You say, okay, we'll be sitting. Immediately you start campaigning to address and say, we bring our flag and say, no election campaign. They will close and go. But these people will come with the gun, they will shoot you. And at the end, we lifted the boycott. Not even the election. We were on the right track. Election boycott, normal. But no election is uncivil. Election boycott is civility. It's the democratic process. It is in line with somebody that have voter card, but decided not to go and vote. It is boycott. All the activities of Simon Ebema and his gang is against referendum. Are you aware? Why are they talking about referendum? Why? Because he wants to draw the attention of people to say, no, he's talking about, people are confused. People don't have base. They don't know what we are doing. Somebody will just come. You don't want Biafra to come. You are stopping sit at home. Have we ever put sit at home in our agenda before we started? Sit at home, child of necessity. Because they were killing us during protests. We brought it in. We'll be using it 30th May and some important issues to send signal. Sit at home is not eternity something. Sit at home is not a weapon to fight for Biafra. Sit at home is our civil protest. We used to signal the world in case we want them to hear our voice. It did not come to kill. It came to save life. It did not come to enforce. It came to practice civility. We are using it to show our people how civil we are. We are using it to tell the world that we are in charge of our land. If you enforce it, you are not in charge. You don't use gun to be in charge. Only army can use gun to be in artificial in charge. Because with any in charge with the gun is artificial in charge. Nobody loves you. They're only respecting your gun. But IPOB have shown that they are in charge. Only announcement on Radio Biafra. That is civility. That's why we can go to court premises. If IPOB is in court in armed struggle, Nigerian government to dismantle Nnamdi Kanu from DSS and take him to another facility. Had we declared armed struggle like a Berima, that day we declare armed struggle, Nigerian DSS, Nigerian government will announce that Nnamdi Kanu has been shifted from the detention facility because they got the intel that over 250 IPOB ESN armed are in Abuja to take their leader. After 24 hours, they have announced, declared armed struggle. That is what you will hear. And they will tell the world that they are keeping him in a very safe facility now, but will be unknown for now. They will not announce it. From there, our leader will be suffering. They will not allow the lawyers to see him because you have gone into armed struggle. But we refuse. But some idiot was telling us, what are you going court now? You can't get justice in your precious court. But today, what are they saying? Now, since the court have freed him, what is the DOS doing? But they did not say, now, since you have done Monday sit at home, why can't you free him? Nobody protests with this. But what they keep saying is, since they have freed him, what is DOS doing? But I've been expecting them to say, we are telling UN that we have done sit at home for 2 years, so they should base on sit at home and free Nnamdi Kanu. I never heard it before. What the politician used to go and complain in Abuja is that the criminality is too much in Igbo land, that they are killing people, that they are extorting, they are stealing cars, that they are kidnapping people. Nobody values the sit at home. They always bring out the crimes you commit through the sit at home. That is to say, the crime supersedes what you wanted to achieve. Therefore, what you intended to achieve cannot be presented because you have already polluted the very weapon. Then, nobody can present it to any government and say, my people are sitting at home, freeing Nnamdi Kanu. You are a fool. Sitting at home can be presented if it is civil. So a democratic senator or a House of Rep member can now base on this and say, free Nnamdi Kanu, they are protesting. Nobody has ever presented it. But if you see this criminal, they will say, they are complaining. If your enemy is complaining, nobody complains about it at home. They complain about your crime. Crime can be, anybody can put mouth in crime to stop criminality. That does not validate your crime. Anybody that overlook crime going on that is taking life, the person is also getting something from the criminality. So what the House of Rep members and the senators and governors are talking is the crimes, not the sit at home. Everybody know that what you can present is obey court order. Everybody knew. But these are the court order they say we should not go to court, that you cannot get victory. Today, that is the only thing you can present to any human being. Can you present Monday statute? No. People take the crime and say, no, stop this sit at home. And some idiot will say, tell them to free Nnamdi Kanu. On what basis? To free Nnamdi Kanu so you stop killing your own? No. You know, some people, when they bring argument, man, something in our conduct, you have misconducted it. You have mismanaged it. It is no longer a positive weapon. The sit at home you are conducting is no longer positive. It is now negative. Therefore, the politician from the East will only single-handedly pick out the crime and present it to the government and tell them that they are losing lives. When life is they start losing life. That is when they will involve the government and say they are losing life. Right? Nobody said they are doing sit at home and it's supposed to free Nnamdi Kanu. No. They said they are losing life. They are killing people. Economy is down. People are dying. They are kidnapping. That is what they present. Now I ask you, why did you allow such thing to be coming up with what you say it is civility? Because you enforce it, you committed it, you kill, you promoted criminals. Then no senator will present it to free Nnamdi Kanu. Do you know reason? I'll still give you reason. DSS was in their presence when Nnamdi Kanu suspended it. Nigerian government was aware, even Buhari's government, that Nnamdi Kanu suspended Monday sit at home. They are aware that IPOB is not supporting sit at home. Now, Nnamdi Kanu don't need Monday sit at home. IPOB that he leads suspended it. And you say that the whole Biafrans are doing it. Now, when you are in solidarity with Nnamdi Kanu, who are you following? You are following IPOB. You are sympathizing IPOB. Sympathizing with IPOB over the kidnapping of their leader. If you are holding weapon and you say it is to free IPOB leader, and IPOB rejected that weapon, and you say you will overtake IPOB and go and use that weapon, do you know that if that weapon should be presented to the enemy that is holding your leader, and the enemy already knew that your leader have rejected that weapon, and they said that it should not be used for his freedom, if you present it, the enemy will not take that your weapon as anything, because they knew that it is not effective. They cannot use it and free a man that have rejected it. Nnamdi Kanu rejected the sit at home. IPOB rejected it. So if you bring it to the government that is holding Nnamdi Kanu, they will also not listen to you. Because they knew that the man you are saying you want to free that thing, you want to free with that your killings. The man rejected it. These are something our people lack. They refuse to understand it, that suspension of Monday sit at home. Federal government is aware that IPOB suspended it. And they are aware that Nnamdi Kanu does not lead Biafra people. And they are aware that Biafra people can sympathize with IPOB, that their leader was kidnapped. Federal government know the line. They know how to follow. They know that you cannot overthrow IPOB and start fighting for free Nnamdi Kanu. They knew that anybody that wants to fight for free Nnamdi Kanu will support IPOB. Now, federal government knew that hence IPOB, you are out of the track of IPOB, that they will never listen to your activities because they are not holding your leader. You know, when you want to explain something to people, they don't even understand. In a many reject, the government cannot accept it. That is why when the governors want to, you see them raising alarm, they will be raising alarm over your crime. They knew that you have what you are presenting as a weapon to free Nnamdi Kanu. That IPOB Nnamdi Kanu is leading, who is in the position to lead you on any mission to free Nnamdi Kanu, on any agenda, even anybody, even UN. You communicate to IPOB. They have rejected sit at home in different memo and on Radio Biafra. And then Nnamdi Kanu was in the presence of DSS, suspended it. It wasn't in secret. And if you bring such thing as sit at home to Nigerian government and say it is for free Nnamdi Kanu, if you like, do it 10 years. Because the man you are doing it for have rejected it. So the government will not accept it as a weapon to free the man. Now, Nnamdi Kanu does not lead Biafra people. Now, you cannot conduct sit at home in the name of Biafra people. You can join IPOB and do sit at home. If IPOB says stop, you stop. Anyone you are doing out of the command of IPOB, Nigeria will not take serious because Nnamdi Kanu leads IPOB. People are making hand. Thank you. You know, at the jump why fight after Nnamdi Kanu, Nigeria not got. Now we are not fighting for free him. DS has sold him. IPOB have betrayed him. Nigeria not. Go and read the news. IPOB leader was kidnapped, not Biafra leader. He leads IPOB to restore Biafra. You sympathize with IPOB. You don't fight for IPOB leader without IPOB knowledge. You can't use your own tricks or pattern to free IPOB. If you want to free IPOB leader, you meet IPOB leadership. They will look whether it is in line with the road they are following in the freedom fighting. If your option is against what Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for, they will tell you no. If you continue using it, they will tell you don't use the name of IPOB and do that. Don't use the name of Nnamdi Kanu and do it. When we told you what you are supposed to do, you said no. So the sit at home become useless after 2 years. Why? Because you can be in solidarity with IPOB that Nnamdi Kanu leads. IPOB stands in solidarity with Nnamdi Kanu. Now you sympathize IPOB that their leader was kidnapped. Now IPOB will direct you. That is why you see hardcore Biafrans, they stand with IPOB since how many years now? They don't move by defiltrators. They are the hardcore. They knew you must follow IPOB to fight for their leader. You don't follow another group to fight for IPOB leader. No government government will listen to you. Even if you kill everybody, the government holding the man cannot listen to you because they are not holding your leader. Now you understand. How's your leader? Okay, it's a imagination. Now he's the Biafra people now. He's the IPOB leader. I am IPOB by birth. Government my name IPOB membership. How man when die Namdekan in the lead. How man non-dank on the lead. Do you understand? Now you see that your sit at home become useless. The man you are doing it for rejected it in the presence of the government. And you went home, you say you are doing it so that the government will hear you. The government can now hear you because the man you are doing it for rejected it. And the people he is leading IPOB rejected it. And the sit at home you are doing it become useless. Now you know. Thank you. If you get oh ya ka ndị Bible dere na akwụkwọ Jizọs ọsọ nọ ndị na-arụ ọrụ na-emebi iwu. Akwa iche na ị na-afa efere Nnamdi Kanu ashi onweghị ike eme outside IPOB. He is not leader of Biafra people. You can't fight for Biafra with the name of leading Biafra people. You must lead a group. Don't be deceived with the now Biafra people are calling for sit at home. Now you should allow the will of the people. Aron Abadi, and will of the people are fight for freedom. And instruction that will lead you to freedom. The people have been doing their will. That's why they are in cage. That's why they have been slaves. So people that have been slaves for years by doing their will cannot come to an organization and tell them, now allow the people's will. The people's will is sit at home. You have done it from 1970, the people's will. What did you achieve? And in 2021, 2022, you told the IPOB to allow the will of the people. Will of the people we have seen since 1970 till today. We have been doing our will. Now allow the will of the people now. The will of the people. They choose to do sit at home. That is the will of the people. Now allow them. Or give way to when they have not announced it. What was the will of the people? When sit at home was not announced, what was the will of the people? What is the will of the people? Will of the people, YPOB agenda, was the will of the people. Agenda we gave to you. We say we are no longer using it. Because we saw enemy want to use it against us. Is that not will of the people? Did you initiate it? No. Immediately that day we announced that we suspended it. Everything you do that day, if you like, you kill the whole East, government will not listen. If a senator take the sit at home to government, DSS will tell you that Nnamdi Kanu do not believe in sit at home. So you can't use it to free him. You can't use sit at home to free Nnamdi Kanu who do not believe in sit at home. You can't use sit at home to free IPOB leader that IPOB he leads does not believe in sit at home. IPOB will lead you to free their leader. You don't lead IPOB to free their leader. You must be a fool. Thank you. Do you understand? We will lead you to free our leader. We will tell you kind of exam. We will tell you get Kusheva. I got what the dodge and I'm doing a chere, no one was so quiet now. Chere. I know what I got. I know what I got. Namba, I should have said, a million to Jula. Nandina and Ryan Akukumini the way Akukum has a million to Jula. Now I guess the bridge I had. I see the other side. I feel big at Wagga. It got by but I see and now I share I guess no one that's that too. IPOB get what a second and Andoshin is on a road down. I see the other road. I know and lady the battle. You must lead a group or movement before you fight for freedom, and they must have a name. You don't lead Biafra people and restore Biafra. You must be a fool. You must be a thief. What is the name of your group? What is the name of your movement? I will be using IPOB. I'm Obulanowa. Now we are autopilot. Now we are Biafra de facto customary government in homeland. Now we are now government in exile. In short, now we are now Liberation Army. Now we are now armed struggle. Now we are now Akokonegu. I have to put it. Benjamin or Ben or how many years with that? Biafra in this movement. How many years? Innocent George can't ever. Biafra National Guide. Wazirike nwere aha ma sọ. Onye nke asị na ya na-edu Biafra people. Now Biafra people have decided to do sit at home. Biafra people have decided that someone will lead them. Biafra, you must have a group. Don't continue to be a useless idiot. You must lead a group. Pama. Go and do Ajuju. You don't lead your people. You must lead a group to restore your land. You are leading Biafra people. Arona back. Iwe Shimbaka. In a lead him assault. No lead the BZDM. No lead the IPOB. No lead the EPC. No lead the BNL. No lead the BIM. No lead the Indinine. Then lead the market leaders. No lead the politicians. You must be mad. You must be a fool. You don't lead the people, the Biafra people. You must lead your group. Your name is Autopilot. Say you are leading Autopilot to fight for Biafra. You must use your name. You don't lead Biafra people. You don't declare for Biafra people. You command your people. IPOB publishes memo to IPOB. They give IPOB instruction. If it is the one that relate Biafra people, we will let them know that they are involved in this battle. After that one, we will continue our battle. The whole Biafra people cannot be involved in freedom fighting. You can't involve everybody. People will make choice to free their people. And they will form a group. And they will have name. Anybody that is interested will join them. Some will not join them in that group, but some will be supporting them neutrally. So they must have a channel where you will meet them. You don't need the whole Biafra people. Biafra people have been there. They don't have government. So when you have organization, your organization will now be addressed. But I saw some people who told me they go to school. They never said, let us have a name. You cannot be leading Biafra people. It doesn't happen. Not everybody buys the ideology, can love it. You don't join everybody in struggle. That's why we are IPOB. Join because say they are forcing everybody into their Biafra. We say it's a lie. We ask for the freedom. We ask for the freedom. The freedom is not forced. And we join IPOB. We don't force people to IPOB. And we took oath voluntarily. We don't force people oath. So when you want to join, fine. If you don't join, support IPOB. Right? And people support us. Not most, they will join. People will be there to enjoy the Biafra you restore. But I saw some idiot. They say we are leading Biafra people. I am now Biafra people, choose me. I am Akoko. Who do you lead? What is the name of your group? Simon Ebrima. Okay, group. Do you have a group? Do you lead any people? You don't lead Biafra people. The politicians you are attacking, they are also Biafra people. Do you lead the Wiki? Are you leading Obiano? Are you leading Omar? Are you leading who oppose them? Nnamdi does not lead them. He leads IPOB. We have membership. He will say, go and join IPOB. Then other Biafrans, they are supporters of IPOB and they are freedom fighters. They fight alongside with IPOB. They follow IPOB directives. They are here. They are not IPOB under oath, but they understand they are Biafrans. And they follow IPOB instruction, knowing that Nnamdi Kanu is leading. And then Nnamdi Kanu will restore Biafra. And he's leading IPOB. So if you want to do freedom fighting, you are free. Everybody, Uchemefo and Okubo, they started their own. They never claimed to be IPOB, though Uchemefo was deputy. They named their own. He knew that that is the name of a prepo, a movement. Though Uchemefo IPOB by birth. Though Obi an IPOB by birth. They never knew use IPOB to operate. They knew. But your own, everybody is IPOB. We use the IPOB to give order for sit-at-home. We use the IPOB to operate. We use the IPOB anyhow. We use the name of Nnamdi Kanu anyhow. Can't you pick a name? Other people, freedom fighters, are they not functioning? The only thing, they don't have the grace IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu have. They will also account for the activities when Biafra come. Why can't you form your own? Because you have no intention to restore Biafra. Your intention is to destroy IPOB. That's why you never plan to have organization, only to be attacking IPOB, criminalizing, calling them names, blackmailing them. claiming you are in charge of ESN that was formed by IPOB. You cannot form your own. Claiming that you are in charge of IPOB, that you are not a member. You can't form your own. If you come to fight for freedom, can't you form your own? Must you impersonate? Must you impersonate? Can't you have a name? Biafra be my account. Will you account in the name of IPOB? Everybody will account. There will be Biafra government. There will be courts that will look into freedom fighting activities. People will sue people to court. People will be reported to court. People that was expelled will take the case to court. People that was suspended in IPOB will take the case to court. People that was blackmailed will take the case to court. People that stole our money, IPOB will take the case to court. People will go to jail after freedom fighting. You tell me you can jump up and come and say, I am leading Biafra people. You must lead a group. Ano mepa. Iye na bagi hai ma anya anyị tụrụ anya anya. Dale to train n'ime. Anyị ma anya ya. Anyị ma anya ihe ya we emergency. Ana eje ndụ eme emergency. IPOB abịaghị ime ihe emergency here. Anyị abịaghị ime trial. Anyị abịaghị try. I'm going here. Restore one Biafra. So when you are approaching us, man, here in a man, in a true Iran something, man, and in a meeting, I'm my hand, they are in a metro business. Then I roar. For them, they put a name, I won't bring a kind on here. So I did any high name. We are not fools. I am leading Biafra people. No, Biafra people have decided for more sit at home. Ash. Mandi Dumota. Mandi Obed. Mandi Nino is a lie. You don't lead the whole people. You don't lead Ladepo. You don't lead Lawans. You don't lead Kehana Kwea or Nechamemaki. You don't lead the court. You don't lead them. Now we can list IPOB members that are in a court. He cannot tell you his ruling market. No, there are market leaders, not under IPOB. We can have IPOB member that is part of the leadership of the market. He cannot take IPOB order to them. They use market leader order. So we don't lead them. But we are fighting to restore Biafra for them. So most of them are our sympathizers. Most of them are supporters. But they have their own thing they are doing. There are politicians. We don't lead them. But we are fighting for Biafra for them. So we cannot come up and say, this is what Biafra people have decided to do. Biafra people have decided to use Obi Obielu as their leader. It's a lie. It is when Biafra come. They have I am now spokesperson to Biafra people. It is a lie. You don't appoint with the name of Biafra. You don't appoint with the name of Biafra. You appoint with the name of your group. Umasob appoint with the name of their group. IPOB appoint with the name of their movement. Biafra's media and publicity, IPOB media and publicity secretary. National coordinator IPOB. State coordinator IPOB. We never appoint national coordinator Biafra people. You will also be leading both people that are not into struggle and other people. So that is national coordinator Biafra people, Germany. It is useless. Nobody will accept it. You must bring national coordinator of a movement or a group that is fighting for that Biafra. But these people have no name. And we are fighting for Biafra. If you don't have name, you don't have address. If you say you are IPOB, if they want to say IPOB, they will go to IPOB. So how do you think what you are doing will reflect? Because you have bad mind, you want to implicate IPOB in your crime. If you are doing good thing, why can't you be alone and take your glory? Because I'm an Eono. What is that good thing you are doing that you want IPOB to inherit? No, we don't want it. Go and take your glory. Answer your name. Don't use our name. Take your glory. Excel, but you don't want, because you are not there to restore Biafra, but to fight Biafra. My time, ịma na ekperima nọ n'ebe a na-amụ ihe ọ bịara evening class ọ bụrụ na ọ maara onye anyị bụ ọ karịa nọ na mese pipụl ịma na ike na agwụ agwụ ike egwu anyị ugbu anyị na-ejighị egbe mgbe anyị jizikwana egbe anyị eme gị ma isi ike ugbu a nwee ntachi obi na enyekwe gị egbe ị ga-enwekwe ntachi obi ma obi eshi ike na ọ ga-enyekwe gị egbe ịnụsa ndị egbe gbakwa ọsọ otu a ụfọdụ nụ propaganda police ha agba ọsọ. What is DOS doing? They should send our army. Ya dị ka anyị onwe amị ịla n'iyi ịlakwanụ n'iyi send your army anọ mpama when ekperima tell hey woto he show you video of people on Siana. Have you ever shown you video of his ESN fighting Fulani? No, but ESN was launched to fight Fulani. Was they launched to go and collect money from burial ceremony? No, but that's where our ekperima boys operate, marrying 13 wives by force, taking women by force. So that's what ESN was launched. But you see, Chinasamoru, the video you bring about ESN are the ESN on duty, fighting Fulani herdsmen terrorists. That's the only thing you can see. Have you ever seen them? But you see Simon, because he's in agenda. He will go and bring a video. They are now gathering video in Niger Republic now. Very soon you'll be seeing it on his wall. Hey, what? They will go and off the volume. They may use what is it called? Use one app and remove the voice. Then they will put their own audio. Hey, what? It is happening. It is happening. It's a lie. Something that happened in Katsina, happened in Kebbi, something that happened in even Benue, army that was killed, or happened in Boko Haram. They might use it. But you can never see him debunk a news from Punch that say we invaded ESN camp. They never say no, it's not a camp under IPOB leadership. The camp is not under DOS. This is a camp under Simon. Do you understand? Since IPOB leadership that is in charge of ESN have been debunking fake news about fake ESN camps. Have you ever seen Simon Emma and come up where he come up and say that Nigerian government, Nigerian media should stop calling IPOB leadership on the ESN, that they should call autopilot Simon? Why is it that you never claim that those camps are your own? Why? Why have you never claimed those camps? We rejected those camps. It's a criminal camp. Then you are ESN. Why did you not claim it, Simon? Mad people everywhere. Why did you not go and carry the dead body of Baby Bush as your hero? Why did you not go and carry Double Lion? Why did you not go and carry the body of Odumod? Because you know they are thieves, criminals. Thank you. Thank you. And on that, I am bringing the program to an end. We thank you, Muchineke, for listening. We thank you for watching. We thank you for sharing. Thank you for using your data. May Chukwu Kikabiyama continue to bless you, guide all of you, provide for you, and free our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In Chukwu Abiyama's name we have prayed. He said, thank you.